Every time the prices of vegetables, pulses or cereals rise in the nation, there are media reports expressing displeasure of Indian households towards rising cost of living. But wait a minute. On one hand, the prices are rising, and on the other hand, the Indian farmer is distressed for not being able to recover even the cost of their produce. Well, something is clearly wrong, and this and more we will be discussing today on our budget special. Today, in the studio, we are joined by two experts, Dr. Siraj Hussain, former Secretary at Ministry of Agriculture and visiting Senior Fellow at IRRIGATION. Sir, we welcome you. And Kapil Mandabewala, founder of Edible Roots, and organization that provides consulting services for organic farming. So welcome you too. And in fact, the agriculture sector is pictured synonymous with poverty in India. And how much has government allocated to the sector over the years? Has it been optimally utilized? Our correspondent Aditya Dhuna brings you the story.
Yeah.
60 years ago, Mother India, a Bollywood classic from the 1950s, documented India's agrarian crisis post-independence. Back then, India's agriculture sector was hampered by British rule and shackled by landlords and the lack of resources. Since then, the Indian farmer has come a long way. The Indian agriculture sector ranks second worldwide in terms of farm output. It employs over half of India's population, making it the largest employer in the country. And exports from agriculture constitute just 10% of the overall exports of the country. So what is holding India's agriculture sector back? Last year's Indian Economic Survey argues that India's agriculture is in a way a victim of its own past success. The report claims that the sector has become cereal-centric and as a result, regionally biased and input-intensive. Other challenges include lack of access to quality warehouses, continuous use of redundant technologies, and a need for better organization of credit facilities. Last year, the Indian government hiked the budget of agriculture sector by 44%, making major allocations towards crop insurance, better pulse production, and drought assistance. Allocations were also made towards setting up an e-market for wholesale sales. The government said with this budget, they aim to double farmer incomes. A majority of these funds went to improving irrigation facilities. More than 2 million hectares of land was to be bought under irrigation under a government scheme. As many as 89 irrigation projects costing more than 800 billion rupees was to be fast-tracked. And a dedicated long-term irrigation fund was to be created with an initial corpus of 200 billion rupees. When the Finance Ministry in a Twitter poll asked which sector should be the focus of this year's budget, the agriculture sector topped the charts. Hit by the slowdown post-demonetization and with drought hitting farmers in at least 10 states last year, it remains to be seen what the Finance Minister has in store for the agriculture sector in this year's budget. In New Delhi, Aditya Dhuna for WION.